On this episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, you got yours truly, it's Lydell Dinero in the building. It's episode 283, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 283. My bad. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is 283. And we back in the building with another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. You already know what's good. I hope you guys are ready for another episode full of bias. I just want to talk about y'all. NBA playoffs is underway. We got new music out. Got some new TV shows underway before we really get into actually NFL draft too just happened. So I got some stuff I want to talk about. I didn't tell y'all who the Buccaneers got. I got a lot to talk about with y'all about this draft. So it's going to be a great episode. Not the longest episode in the world, but I know y'all been enjoying the shorter run times, get you guys in and out, informed and ready for the world, you feel me? So it's the Best of Bias Podcast, Lydell Dinero, episode 283, I believe. So let's get right into it. Where that theme song at? You already know what it is. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias, yeah. It's the best of bias.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? We back. It's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. As you heard in the intro, it's your boy Lydell Dinero. Let's get right into some business, man. How y'all feeling today? Hope you guys are feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. It's the weekend time. It's time for some bias, episode 283. I got it together, y'all. It's 283. I get confused that we're in the 280s now, man. We're moving through it fast. So 283, we got some stuff to talk about. I'm behind in the playoffs for NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little behind for the NFL draft. I'm excited to tell y'all who the Bucs got. Tell y'all about some surprising stuff that happened in the draft. And man, I gotta talk about Invincible again. I think I talked about Invincible last episode, a couple episodes ago, but I don't know if I talked about the finale or not, man. And I've been talking a lot about Mark and how I feel about his arc and how many seasons he's been really getting his ass whooped. And I took a step back and had a couple of thoughts about it. Maybe I was looking at it in the wrong way. Maybe this is a deeper appreciation that I should be giving to Invincible this season. And some of the character development that's happening here, we don't even see in regular TV shows nowadays. So I'm a little bit more appreciative of that. So I'm going to go back and talk a little bit more about the finale and implications of like the next seasons and shit like that. The Boys is going on, so it's a lot to talk about. I got a list here, I got my script, but yeah, I always like to see how y'all feeling in the beginning. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope y'all, is able to get out there, get some of that fresh air. It's springtime, man. Going in the summer, the weather is changing. So, you know what I'm saying? Get to those beaches, get to those parks, get outside, smell the air. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how much longer. I don't read more of it at the beginning, but I don't know much longer everybody's going to be outside. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of scary out there in the world happening. I thought I forced people back inside, but don't let that happen. Mother Nature has a lot to offer us out there, and they giving us one, man. This week has been sunny. Hopefully y'all got them summer and springtime bodies ready. I've been doing a little pumping, man. I've been trying to get something to show y'all. You're gonna just register. Don't be worried about it. You feel me? Trying to get a little pumping, eating a little bit better, getting rid of this little gut to be good for y'all in the summertime so we can take some adventures and stuff like that. So hopefully y'all ready. Sundresses is back out. You feel me? Ladies looking nice. I love to see it. Fellas, you better be ready because, hey, they gonna be ready. So hopefully you ready. But if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready for it. So everybody that's, staying ready so you ain't got to get ready. Just think about it, man. I know the playoffs, we got a lot of sports going on. Baseball just started, so people think about just chilling. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Let's get outside. Let's get outside and mingle again. We haven't done that in a while, you know what I'm saying? Since COVID, everything changed. People's mindset changed. Everything that we used to do and love is no longer out there dancing, enjoying company, talking to each other. Something as simple as talking to each other. Concerts, the summer concerts. You guys remember the summer jam? Y'all, I remember OG Camp Flog now. I know you guys probably all remember it now and it's super hype beastie and people just have their phones up majority of the time, not even enjoying each other, not even enjoying the spaces. You know what I'm saying? It's so nostalgic, but I say all that to say I hope everybody's doing good. Hope the summer, spring, winter, fall. Hope everything is going well with everybody, no matter what time of the year it is. Hope everybody's feeling healthy, feeling good. Health is wealth out there. And if you're not, you're having a bad time, allow me to help you try to get in a better mood. We can talk a little bit, rap some shit, rap about some talk about some stuff. Sorry, YouTube, I cussed in the beginning. Maybe Aria, you can bleep that for me so we don't get the finger wag at us. And by the way, speaking of YouTube, like, subscribe, hit that bell right now. I don't like to wait till the end because when you get to the end, y'all, it's like it's so filled with information you forget where do you find, y'all be ready to get up out of here. It may not make it to the end. So let me tell you right now, Best of Bias Podcast, Instagram, TikTok. But mostly right now we're talking about the YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, tell your friends. We hear all the time, comment. We need some mods too. We need some people to get up in there, to help us out promoting, what I'm saying? We want the family to get bigger and better, reach more people. So we love what's going on out there in the streets. People have been representing for a long time. People that have been on the podcast. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for supporting the dream. We got plenty shit coming in the works. I'm telling you, this merch shit's about to go to the next level. We taking that merch game to the next level. We coming back. I had to wear the hat today to let y'all know the Best of Bias merch is still here because, like what I always say, we ain't just a podcast. We ain't just a media company. We merch gang too. And I have a lot of ideas. I'm a collector myself, so I kind of fancy myself in having a keen eye for stuff that people would like to keep and wear and cherish. You know what I'm saying? So I got some stuff in the works. You guys keep an eye out there. But I didn't want to divert y'all from the YouTube. I just wanted to shout it out again because we have like 200 plus, almost 300 videos now. AKA uploads every week, works hard to get these videos out there, and I be on his ass trying to be rushing him, trying to get him in, get those videos out. I know he works hella hard because he has another job he be working and shit. He be doing that for the F, and I appreciate all the work he does. That's why I can't wait to blow up and with the help of everybody else, make this Best of Bias thing, Best of Bias me to go to the next level. Like us, get us in that algorithm. So all this hard work pays off, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and AKA, we trying to go places. The team is small right now. Like I always say, if you guys want to be a part of the team, we ain't too proud to ask for help. So if you have any expertise, any knowledge, any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Any kind of value that you can bring to the Best of Bias, any kind of extra help, notoriety. If you want to be part of a team that's going places with a dream that's similar to yours, just let me know. Hit me up. We got something for you, bro. We got a lot of space here, and we ain't selfish. We trying to make this dream grow. We trying to make this team grow. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, enough of that. Y'all stop all the jibber jabber. You know what I'm saying? Get to the topics. There's a lot you guys want to talk about. Where should I start? Let's just start in the playoffs, get the sports out of the way. I know y'all probably just want to hear about the Stallion and Klay Thomson stuff, how I feel about that, or the Chris Brown album that's dropping on May 8th. I'll get to all that stuff. I know. I'll get to all that stuff. But let's talk about these sports real quick, man. Starting with the NBA playoffs. And in the West, like I always like to start a little update here of round one. The Thunder actually swept the Suns, so there's not really much to talk about in that series. SGA and the Thunder, that deep team, just ran over the Suns, man. I'll never understand the Suns really, man. Whether it be KD, Bradley Beal, and who was it? KD, Bradley Beal, and of course Devin Booker. Whether it be Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Kevin Booker. Like, a lot of teams don't have a big three. They're running around with two good players and a bunch of utility pieces, and they're making shit happen. Me personally, I think the Suns should be able to do shit. They don't have the best utility pieces, but they have serviceable utility pieces that should be helping them get further than the play-in and first round of the playoffs. You know what I mean? Royce O'Neal, shout out Colin Gillespie. He got drafted by the Nuggets and he's doing his thing over there with the Suns. They're bigs. They didn't have Nick Richards, and their other big was kind of young, and they're still kind of, they had a core over there. They do need some more pieces, but I just feel like, Booker should be that guy. He scored 70 points. People talking about him like he's that next guy, that next shooting guard to come out. And SGA just kind of ran away with that mantle. And it kind of showed in this series that, without a super supporting, I know SGA has a team that's been stacked based on him being traded, or PG being traded from OKC to get SGA. A bunch of picks. Wait, how did that trade happen? Did they get a bunch of picks for getting SGA, or they got a bunch of picks for trading Paul George? Didn't they get changed? They got traded for each other, right? Couldn't be, because he's It had to be. Like, I think it might have been. But anyways, SGS had a lot of help due to some draft picks that they were able to get. But Devin Booker, man, I feel like he got that notoriety sooner. He got that paycheck sooner. Though SGA is Mr. Superstar now, getting paid the super duper max, the Converse man, Mr. Stylish. But Devin Booker was that poster child just a couple years ago. Highest paid player, $70 million a year, all the cars, dating Kendall Jenner. It was up. And Jalen Green, he was a number 2 pick in the draft and still hasn't really hit his potential that everybody thought he was going to be. I mean, he was 19, straight from high school to the G League. Didn't really play college, and one of the first examples of people skipping college and trying to do the G League thing and just get drafted right into the NBA. People thought he had that potential, and it does flash a lot of the time, but he's not that consistent player that can give you, that constant 30 points at any given time. You know what I mean? So it's going to take some work, and it's been molded into place. He's young, maybe like 22, or if anything, if that now 23. So I don't know. I just kind of thought Booker would be able to, with that talent, having Dylan Brooks be the distractor, the defender, just be able to rally around that and give kind of OKC at least one game, shake up SGA a little bit. But no, SGA and OKC just rolled them. Just kind of, he already got clutch player award. He might get MVP. Wemby got defensive player of the year. I'll talk about that series in a little bit. He might win MVP. I just forgot about us and Jokic. I'll talk about this in a second. Spurs Blazers, that series is over as well. They advanced. They're OKC and Spurs on the opposite side of the bracket, so they're waiting for the winners of the Lakers and Houston and Nuggets and Wolves to see who they play next. But the Spurs did end up beating the Blazers. That series wasn't really a challenge for the Spurs. Everybody just kind of thinks the Spurs is the golden team of this year just because they're rolling everybody and they have a 7'5" alien that can do a lot of shit. Defensively, he's going to be able to play defense at 7'5". He is surprisingly nimble for that size because a lot of people that see that size like Yao Ming and the bigger guys are big and slow, but this guy's a little bit quicker as a big guy. He is a little bit slender and really fragile, so that his only risk in the league is him getting hurt and stopping his potential. But this guy, he's so tall and so active defensively, and his teammates, the guards and forwards that they have around him, are so scrappy defensively. He can just stay around the paint and get 5 or 6 or 7 blocks a game. That's kind of craziest shit I've ever seen. Him offensively, he can kind of be a little more ISO ball than you would want as far as a big goes because he's not really in the paint. He's just more so, let me get the ball at the top of the key. I'm going to try to dribble you down. I'm going to take a jumper. If not, take a jumper from the 3, dribble, do some long ass crazy moves. Try to shoot a mid range, falling down or something. But if not, just pass it off. And the young guys on the team, Castle, Fox, they want to be, they want to be in this, not to say like they want to be in the spotlight, but they're young stars too. So they're going to want the ball, want to be able to contribute and, show everybody, all the fans that they're something too. So they're going to want to make plays too. So, it's a good team around them. They're all young and hungry right now. Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes as the veteran over there, showing them the way. And it's the Spurs. So they have tradition of coaching their players right. We'll just see how it goes as they grow. People are already putting 5 championships on them, multiple MVPs, but we'll see. It may look good on paper right now, but egos happen to get bigger once these players get better and the years go by and money starts getting involved. And is everybody going to want to be in Wemby's shadow all the time? Are these players going to get too big headed and want to go branch out on their own and show they can win with other teams as well? But right now is right now. They beat the Blazers. Danny Avdia, their best player, and Jeremy Grant, I thought they were going to at least get one game out of them too. They did get one game. I thought they would get at least 2, especially with Wembanyama getting that concussion early in the series and being out about 2 games, but they couldn't capitalize on that. So the Spurs do move on, and they await the winner of the Nuggets and the Wolves. Nuggets have been really disappointing me this series. We did kind of luck out. People will say because DiVincenzo and Anthony Edwards got hurt. DiVincenzo ruptured his Achilles in, I believe, game 3. Yeah, and I think it was game 4, maybe. Yeah, it was game 4. He ruptured his Achilles. Yeah, it was crazy. The non-contact injury. Won the first game, of course. Second game, he lost at home. gave them the momentum. Third game, what happened? Third game, they were able to win on their floor. Fourth game, DiVincenzo gets hurt, and Anthony Edwards ends up getting hurt, hyperextending his knee. And we still end up losing that game, going down 3-1. We ended up winning the next game when we were back at home because the series is 2-2, 1-1-1. And we were able to get that game back, luckily, just because, I don't want to say because they're hurt, because on our token too, Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson have been out the whole series. They haven't played, Aaron Gordon played one game. In other games, he's been a shell of himself, more of a liability than a help. We love Aaron Gordon. He's Mr. Nugget to us here in Denver, us fans that watch Denver, but just watching him not be able to stay in front of people or have the bounce that he usually does and not being able to contribute like he usually does is just kind of more detrimental than it does help. So we're behind him and Peyton Watson, our two best defenders, giving everybody a solid run at the rim, getting past our first line of defense really easily. Jokic isn't a shot blocker, so them going at Jokic would either get him in foul trouble or Jokic would get out of the way to try to conserve his energy for offense, and it looks really bad. So the whole series, they're able to attack that, and even had Jaden Daniels talking shit in interviews, talking about how we have no defenders, everybody sucks at defense, and they're going to attack us. Basically trying to take our spirit. But, I wouldn't say it's karma, but DiVincenzo ends up getting hurt next game, and Anthony Edwards hyperextends his knee on a fast break, trying to block Cam Johnson's shot, after he was famously in an interview saying he always jumps to try to block shots because he always wants to block somebody's shot and get the highlight, but that's what he wants to do, is block shots and try to block a shot every time. In this instance, with him jumping and landing on, a favored knee because the other knee was the one that he was hurt before, it hyperextended, and that shit rippled all the way up to his fucking butt cheek. Just like Paul George hyperextended his knee, he hyperextended his as well. They said it's going to be about a couple of weeks until reevaluation, and of course, this series ends this week. The Wolves are up 3-2. We won our last game at home, so we have to go back to Minnesota to try to stay alive in a game 5, to take it back, game 6. Damn. And then try to win that game to take it back home and win a game 7 and win 3 in a row, just like the Wolves won 3 in a row, which is usually doesn't happen ever, but we have done it twice in a row, or not twice in a row, but twice before. I think once as early as last year. I think we did come back against the Clippers, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was last year. But I don't want to leave that to history. I don't want to just kind of believe that, we did it before, we can do it again type shit. That's fucking ridiculous. I just want to try to win these games. We should be winning anyways. We're the better team, better players, been playing great all year, coming off a 12-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? And then losing 3 games in a row is crazy. Maybe we need to refocus and get serious again. And just because we won 12 games in a row before doesn't mean that it carries over into the playoffs and we're automatically going to win every game. Hopefully we're refocused, and without DiVincenzo and Edwards, they're like one of those teams that we played going down the stretch. One of those bad teams that were tanking. They're not necessarily tanking, but they don't have much to offer that should be scoring a lot. Jaden Daniels can score, but he's not a ball handler. Without a primary ball handler to kick him the ball on cuts or, moving around, he's not that, he won't be able to score that many points. Tsumu's been scoring a lot of points, but he's kind of doing what the shit that Naz Reid used to do. Spot up shots. People are fucking shuffling around to get back on their defensive assignments, and you have Tsumu or Naz Reid sitting on the perimeter to shoot a fucking dumbass set shot. Not even jumping, the ugliest shot you've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, these guys are good. They're in the NBA, but it's awful to look at, watching it kill you over and over. Just like Ayo Dosunmu. Like, what the fuck is Ayo Dosunmu? If you don't make this motherfucker turn into the regular basketball player he really is, because after this series, I guarantee you're not hearing no more about Ayo Dosunmu. Unless they make it to the next round against the Spurs, where they're going to need him a lot in order to make any noise, but that's neither here nor there. And then Julius Randle, who's a power forward with no J, a lefty, who has to rely on his power to back you down in the paint. He's not going to be able to do that for 4 full quarters. Rudy Gobert, he's a player that can score in momentum, be effective in momentum, but if the momentum's going the opposite way, he's going to fold. You know what I'm saying? We have 2 more games in us, and I don't want to jinx anything or sound super confident and know that we're going to actually come back and win this series, but 1 game at a time. If we can win, this is being recorded on Wednesday. If we can win Thursday and make it to either Saturday or Sunday for Game 7 and win in Denver, move on to the San Antonio series and start over. Slate's clean. We played bad the first series, but that can be all washed away. And Jokic could be back on that throne if they beat the Spurs. Everybody's golden child, OKC, after beating the Spurs. Everybody's overlooking the Lakers and the Nuggets right now. So the Lakers are having their own issues right now as I move on against the Rockets. Not really having issues. They're up 3-1. Without Luka, without Austin Reeves, LeBron just doing his thing against the Rockets. The Rockets surprisingly just have no KD out of nowhere. He supposedly had like a calf injury and he was nursing a calf injury, which turned into a sprained ankle / bone bruise in his foot, which caused him to miss every other game of the series besides game 1 when they lost. So the Rockets have been having to fare by themselves against LeBron James and company without KD, which kind of lightweight evens the playing field, even though they're missing Luka too, and Austin Reeves. But hey, man, LeBron-led Lakers team is I feel like it's exactly the same as the Rockets without KD, in my opinion. With Austin Reeves and Luka and LeBron, the Lakers probably would have swept the Rockets, as we see now. So, excuse me. As I'm recording right now, the Rockets are playing the Lakers in Game 5. Game 5 is 3-1 Lakers. Rockets are up right now. They're in LA. If the Rockets are able to win, they'll take it back to Game 6 in Houston. And then Game 7, if they win, we'll be back here in LA. But I don't know, man. With both series being over, I don't know if this series is going to end today, just because I feel like they need some time for both teams to start the series at the same time. I don't know if they're going to have one team playing or two teams sitting and waiting while they wait for the Wolves and the Nuggets to finish. So something tells me the Rockets are going to come through in this game, but the Lakers have proven me wrong before, as they have this whole series, and Marcus Smart is just lighting shit up. On the East side, Detroit and Orlando is in a surprising series. Detroit has been number 1 all season long. They've had Cade come back for this series, but they're down 3-1 to Orlando. I don't know if Orlando was playing possum in the play-in, doing all the shit they was doing, losing to whoever they lost to the first game. I forgot who it was. But yeah, they've been putting it to Detroit. Detroit was able to win the day, not even the series, but making it closer at 3-2. But we'll see, man. Cade and company got some work to do. Again, Orlando's scrappy, can play offense, and when they're making shots to go along with that scrappy, good defense, then, they could be trouble. So, along with the Pistons' scrappy defense and tough demeanor, they have to make sure they're scoring shots. Ansar Thomas, I think it's Ansar or Amen, whatever one of the twins is on Detroit. Tobias Harris, all the shooters they have on the squad. They used to have Malik Beasley and, Tim Hardaway Jr. to shoot for them, but now with their lack of shooting, they're gonna have to supplement that good defense they have for some offense if they're gonna want to come back in this series. Again, it's 3-2 with Orlando leading. Celtics and Philly, they're actually going at it, man. It's 3-2 in that series as well. It was a 3-1 kind of demanding lead by the Celtics at first, but the game plan changed once Embiid came back and added a wrinkle to the plan of the Celtics, man. The Celtics have been getting by this season with a bunch of kind of weird pieces, man. I didn't watch a lot of Celtics basketball, as I said last pod, but a Shireman, this Hugo Gonzalez player, their centers that they start, Keita, and who's the other shooting white dude? I mean, I know they have Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown, my guy Jason Tatum, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, my guy, of course. But all the other pieces are surprising for them to be doing what they're doing. Having such a demanding control of the beginning games that they had over the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey, Edgecombe were doing bad at the beginning. Second game they blew up. They have Paul George back, having Kelly Oubre is back. But now having Joel Embiid back to be a presence on the inside, we all know Embiid likes to shoot jumpers and shit like that. Three-pointers line up on the three-point line. Don't really like to get in the paint that often. But when he does get in the paint, that's a game where he can score 40 or 50 points if he has the energy to do so, because nobody on the Celtics should be able to stop him without getting in foul trouble. You know what I mean? And the thing about Embiid's game, I will say, that I like a little bit better than Jokic's, and it's very rare that I like something of Joel Embiid's better than Jokic. Pause. His down low game is straight Shaq bully ball. I'm gonna get you down there. I'm gonna hit you with a couple of moves to get you all the way under the rim. I'm gonna dunk on your ass, or I'm gonna pull up and get fouled on a jumper. Jokic is a little more fancy because he can pass and shit. He be doing spin, hook shots. He pivot, soundboard shuffle. He can do all the shit Embiid can do too, but Embiid ain't gonna hide the fact that he gonna try to back your ass down. He ain't gonna try to make it look the cutest in the world. He gonna try to overpower you and get to the bucket. And that's what you're supposed to do. And shit. And that's and that's what he's doing. So, it is 3-2 going back to Philly for game 6. So we'll see what happens in that game 6 if they're able to win that. Of course, game 7 is going to be back in Boston, and we'll see what happens out there for that series. And a lot of good series still, but some of them in the West, like the 1 and 2 seeds in the West, just already handled business. But the Knicks and Hawks, it's been a good back and forth series as well. Nobody really expected the Hawks to be here in the situation they're in. But man, leave it to the Knicks to have a good ass team, high expectations, and leave their fans on pins and needles the whole playoff run. High expectations, I don't want to say usually crumble these teams, but it feels like this team in particular crumbles under these high expectations every year. And the next year they reset with either a new coach, add some players that they feel like solidified, and help with all the needs that they had to go into last year going into this year. And it's the same shit, man, especially with the Hawks, man. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, CJ McCollum's been giving them fits. It's just, man, these guys are scrapping and going after it and showing that they're young, but they ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to earn every bucket, every bit of fandom that they get, because yeah, there's no forgiving if the Knicks lose to the Hawks. Fans are already saying blow up the team. Coach is gonna go. You have a new coach this year. Coach get fired in 1 year. Yeah, it's just gonna be mayhem there. So, you know what I'm saying? They won their last game to go up 3-2 with the series tied 2-2. So hopefully, you know, who knows what's gonna happen in game 6 in Atlanta. We'll see if they can, Knicks can win the game, but I kind of feel like this one's going 7-2. It'll help the basketball TV schedule too, right? Again, you guys, if you guys hear my fan this episode, again, I don't know. I don't really listen back to the episodes that well every time, and I'm so used to hearing the fan and just hearing myself talk. If the fan is chattering in this, let me know. Comment down below. Let me know. Hit me up in the text and let me know you can hear the fan, and I'll fix that for next time. It'd be so hot with these fucking recessed lights, nigga. It's like, anyways. Let me not get into it. But the series that I haven't been watching at all, just because, first of all, these games are on before I even get off of work, and pretty much Toronto, I really have no interest in the Toronto team. And the Cleveland team, man, like, you have to show me, because you guys were hella good last year. You blew it. Now you have James Harden, and you guys should be fucking blowing Toronto out of the water. Y'all playing games, and it's 2-2 right now. I'm pretty sure Cleveland, I cannot be certain about that, though. Let me just check that. Yeah, Cleveland won. They won today, making it 3-2, which they should. I don't even know why it's so close. And don't let me talk, because the fucking Nuggets can't even fucking beat a team without DiVincenzo and fucking Anthony Edwards. So I don't know. Cleveland's taking care of his business. They're going to be a team to reckon with, whoever they play next round in the playoffs. Yeah, because that James Harden and Spider Mitchell, I don't know how you going to really guard that. And if their big man, Jared Allen and Mobley, always said if they can play right and do something, if they can actually do something, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, they'll give teams a fit. And, yeah, I think they'll be a bit of all right if they can, you know, win this series. But we'll see what happens, man. That's my NBA check-in. I'll be back next week with a check-in to see who advances to round 2. Probably be really into the round 2 rounds already. So prayers up. I pray to the basketball gods. Touch my Nuggets banner over there that we can make it to the next round, because the implications that are in the air for if we don't are just crazy as fuck. So shout out to all the teams, all the fans out there with their teams in the playoffs. Shout out to y'all. Good luck, unless you're OKC fans or Spurs fans or Lakers or Houston fans or Timberwolves fans. Fuck 'em. All right, to the NFL draft, man, because you know I got to talk my shit. It was a crazy, crazy weekend last week. I hope you guys were tuned into it. A lot of winners of the draft, a lot of losers of the draft, but this is the best of bias, and I'm not going to bore you guys by going over all the teams. But the biggest surprises in the draft, I will have to say, one of the biggest surprises anyways was, let's start with Jeremiah Love going number 3 to the Cardinals. There was rumors of that happening for the couple of days leading up to the draft, but nobody really thought that they would, just because they already had Tyler Algier, James Conner. They had Benson still. In the draft, Jeremiah Love at 3, making him like one of the top paid running backs ever in the NFL history, like $50 million. I think was guaranteed to him for being the number 3 pick at running back. So if this guy is what you think he's going to be, yeah, are you going to trade Tyler Algier after just getting him on the squad? And nobody's really going to trade next year capital, because that draft is supposed to be full of players that everybody wants. So everybody's going to be really tight with their capital this year. So what are the Cardinals going to do? And then after that, of course, Mendoza went number 1. Everybody knows that, but Tate going number 4 at the top of the draft, man, and going to the Titans. That kind of shook everything up. Like the top of the draft, I'm really thankful for how it fell. I'm really thankful to all the teams that said, fuck all this. Oh, experts they know everything. I'm the best player on the board. If you had a player like 49ers, Stribling, hey, I don't know who that is, but you guys did. And y'all felt like y'all found a player. So everybody who did that before number 15, I thank y'all. Chiefs trading up and getting Manzor Delane from LSU. Thank you for that. Rams for grabbing Ty Simpson in the first round of number 13 when you guys needed a receiver. You could have took Kenyon Sadiq, or you could have took somebody that we ended up getting. But you guys decided to go with the quarterback. I don't know why. McVay wasn't really happy about that. I don't know if that necessarily helps you now. There's so many quarterbacks coming out next year. Not saying you guys are going to be bad or have opportunity to get the number 13 pick next year. But I feel like you could have waited a little bit, maybe traded back, still got Ty Simpson. I don't know if you were scared that the Jets were going to pick him if you guys didn't take him. But I don't know. There's a lot of options that you could have took there that could have made them more Super Bowl now ready. I get it. Grab the quarterback of the future. You plan to be a Super Bowl competing team, so you won't have the chance to get one of the best quarterbacks in the draft next year. Do what you got to do. But Ravens, thank you for grabbing Vega. I did want that guard from Penn State. That was one of the options. But I was there thinking the Buccaneers are going to have to wait, Caleb Downs. Hey, Cowboys, y'all got a good one. That was amazing. Amazing first round pick for y'all. Amazing first round pick for y'all. All the linemen, hey, Browns, thank y'all for going for no. I'm just trying to remember everybody that was taken before Rueben Bain, because Rueben Bain, outside linebacker from the U, got drafted by, drum roll please, none other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We needed a pass rusher. We wanted a linebacker. Sonny Styles early. We already know he was going to Commanders, Bengals, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Bengals, I feel like they reached for a player too. They took somebody that nobody really wanted. Hey, thank you, Bengals, because Rueben Bain Jr., one of the best pass rushers in the NCAA last year, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, was in the national championship, playing for one of my rival coaches. I know, Mario Cristobal, we had our differences. You left us high and dry. I get it. But I thank you for producing Jason Taylor. I thank you for training this man up. They say he has short arms. They say he's not going to be nothing. AKA, put him up on the screen if you can. Put this man up right here. Put him up over here. Rueben, Tampa, Bain, coming in to wreck shit. We needed a pass rusher. We got one to be opposite of Yaya Diaby. I'm sorry I'm yelling because I'm hyped and nobody realizes what's happening right now. We have David Walker, a pass rusher, outside linebacker coming out of a D2 last year, Montana State, that didn't even get to play. He tore his, I forgot what he did, tore his ACL or something in training camp. Was one of the best pass rushers last year. No, it was a small school, but everybody had so high expectations. Him coming out of the Senior Bowl, he was supposed to be that man. Putting him on the outside with Yaya, with Rueben Bain coming in, with Al-Qadim Muhammad, who had 11 sacks for the Lions as a backup outside linebacker pass rusher last year. We got Vita Vea coming back a full year of Kalijah Kancey, who was, when he was at Pittsburgh, was being called a Aaron Donald clone. Couldn't stay healthy his whole 4 years in Tampa. We picked up his 5th-year option this year. Another Miami boy. Him to go on the line. We signed A'Shawn Robinson from the Panthers, an Alabama boy. He played at Alabama. An ass kicker. A new attitude. Everybody was too nice last year. We need some ass kickers, some attitude. And Rueben Bain, A'Shawn Robinson, Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey, David Walker, Yaya Diaby, Al-Qadim Muhammad, and I'm sorry, I forgot his first name, but Cap Hart from Clemson. 6'5", 300-pounder, big athletic dude, crazy, killed the combine, not fully developed, but as a rotational piece with all those monsters we already have added to that line. It's crazy. You can add Rueben Bain anywhere in the line. We run a 4-3-3-4 fronts. He played defensive end. He can play right next to Kalijah Kancey, play right next to Vita Vea. We're going to be terrorizing front sevens this year. Any line, we're going to terrorize them. Linebacker core, we drafted Josiah, Trotter in the 2nd round out of Missouri. It is Jeremiah Trotter's son. You know what I'm saying? There's a Jeremiah Trotter Jr. that's on a different team, but we have his other son, fast hitting, fast running, high hitting missile out there at middle linebacker, inside linebacker. He reminds us a lot of not Levante David, but more so Devin White. But I feel like he can play a little bit more controlled, and he has a little bit more smarts in his head, man. His dad was a NFL linebacker, played for the Bucs. Of course, he played for the Eagles for years. So the smarts are there. The work ethic is there. I think it's there a little bit more than Devin White. I love Devin White, his playmaking abilities, but he was more like a bull in a china shop. Just see ball, run ball, hit ball, and not really analyzing plays. Like, he would run at a sweep and blow up the lead blocker and wouldn't make the play, but he'd blow up the lead blocker and then somebody else wouldn't make the play, and then the play would go all the way down the field. You know what I'm saying? But we want somebody to shed the blocker, hit him with get to the running back, make that tackle. Short tacklers. Last year, tackling was terrible in big situations. Josiah looks like an incredible tackler. He's running at you full speed. If he can't blast you and take you down with the form tackle, he's going to grab your legs and he's not going to let go. That's what we need. We need people that can blitz in this system and get to the quarterback. And that's what we got there to go with Alex Anzalone. Who else do we pick up at middle linebacker? I think we got another Rosenboom to be another rotational linebacker for us. And we still have Savasier Dennis to go in a rotational, linebacker, and then we run the nickel a lot too. So we were able to get in the 3rd round. Ted Hurst. Is it Ted? It's Ted, right? Hurst from, Georgia State. Really underrated receiver. 6'3", 6'4", runs a 4.3, 4.4. Replacing Mike Evans out there. Contested ball catcher, can run a lot of routes in the route tree and can run them fast. Certified X receiver to go with our receiving core. Already got Jalen McMillan, Tez Johnson, Emeka Egbuka, and Chris Godwin to go out there. But, Tez and Jalen McMillan are more so slot receivers. Of course, Chris Godwin is too. Then you have Emeka, who's more so of a Z. All those guys you can move around. So not always, but we really needed a true X receiver. And we got that in Hurst. The best receivers, the best coaches, the best analysts all rave about how good Hurst is. If you look at his, combine scores, it's something out of Madden on creative player mode. He was in the 99.999 percentile when it came to performance grade. It was 99.99, so it's like the top 1%. So he performed crazy. So he, on a bigger stage, he wasn't able to it's not like he wasn't able to go to a Power 5 school, but he decided not to go just because he decided he wanted to stay local in Georgia and prove what he got and make it to the next level that way. And he did. And he ended up on the right squad. So I'm happy to see him there. And then Keontae motherfucking Scott, a teammate out there on that nasty defense at the U, we picked up in the 4th round. Yeah. We just kept going, bro. We just kept going. Picks, value picks that for needs, nasty players that bring grit and that can tackle. Keontae Scott, if you watched a lot of the U last year, he was a superstar nickel corner for the U. Pick 6 on Ohio State. Super missile laser blitzing defensive end. Anything you want a physical defensive back. Anything you want a defensive back to do in a Todd Bowles system. Blitz, play the nickel, rough up the slot receiver, just be really aggressive, play in the box. That's what Keontae Scott can do, and he does it willingly. And I'll let you hear about it. His comp is Charlie Gardner-Johnson. I do not really like Charlie Gardner-Johnson at all. I hate him, really. But just that tenacity, I always wanted that kind of safety on the team that can go out there and do his thing. That means that Tyke Smith and Antoine Winfield can stay in the back. We have Jacob Parrish on the left side, and then we'll have Zion McCollum and Benjamin Morrison battling out for the other side. JJ Roberts, a practice squad guy that was showing his ass before he got hurt last year, can go out there and compete as well. We'll just have a whole bunch of rotational pieces on the defense that'll just make our offense so much better. We picked up a lineman out of Notre Dame in the 6th round who was a potential starter, top 50 pick if he wasn't injured as much as he was at Notre Dame. Man, you got Benjamin Morrison out there in Notre Dame. I know it was in the water last year or the year before at Notre Dame where all their good players on the squad were getting hurt, but they had so much potential. But I'm thankful for him because he is a starting potential guard to already go with a incredible line that we had that's all coming back healthy. So to add Bobby Schrapp, Notre Dame kid to the line as well, a big 300-pound monster. And we already got Kenneth Gainwell added to the backfield with Sean Tucker, Bucky Irvin, tight end. We signed Cade Ottenbach, and we signed a tight end from LSU in the 6th round as well to round out our draft picks to be a blocker, H-back type that can play special teams as well. And I loved our draft. I mean, Todd Bowles is on the hot seat, but I feel like Jason Light was able to grab a bunch of players of value, of need for our team, along with the free agent signings. We didn't sign nobody super big in free agency, but we're able to get players that absolutely are going to help. And Rueben Bain, he's going to, just the way he grabbed his hat and came out and hugged Goodell, his interviews, he means business. Miami kid, staying in Florida, putting on for his state. He's going to wreak havoc and make every 14 team that passed on him regret passing on him, and he's going to tear up these NFC South quarterbacks. Bryce Young, Tua or Penix, Tyler Shuck. He's going to tear these guys apart. And Tampa's defense being to its superb run stopping and now pass stopping defenses that we used to be. Our offense will just come together. Baker Mayfield look like a god, finally hopefully win an MVP and get another contract to be extended and stay with the Buccaneers for as long as he'll have us. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it all together. NFL is back. I know some of you teams out there, Rams, 49ers had a crazy draft. I don't know what the hell they was doing. Browns getting Shador or Deshaun Watson, those receivers. The draft was good, man. But all you talking heads, all you fantasy draft motherfuckers, all you draft so-called experts, I appreciate y'all for giving us updates and information about the players individually. But when it comes to, this player's going to go here, this player's going to do this team's going to trade that, seeing this first round and last year's draft, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I get it. You know, people being curious and excited for the draft is giving you guys clicks off of content. And I'm not saying all you guys are hella dumb, because I fuck with Trevor Sikkema, Connor Rogers, all you guys, everybody at the Pewter Report, of course, everybody keep me informed on the Bucs on who they're going to pick. I fucks with that. I fucks with you guys completely. But everybody else, you guys are just guessing. You don't do the research. You're just out there just saying shit just because you heard people say shit. I get it. You know, it's fun to predict and shit like that. But when it comes, when you're a fan, and of course you can do your own research and you don't have to listen to these guys word for words, but when you invest hella time in looking up players based on information you're getting from these so-called experts, and then your team ends up in the draft and goes a completely different direction, or they end up trading back, or a team trades up and completely fucks up the draft, it's like, bruh. We did all this research for what? You know what I'm saying? We thinking we gonna get motherfucking Sonny Styles and Akeem Messidor all fucking draft season, and we end up getting Rueben Bain, even though, of course, nobody expected him to be there, but everybody's talking Kenyon Sadiq. Like, where did this talk come from? It's like people just be making shit up. And again, I don't want to just say it's for content, because we do a lot of things for content, and content is what supports us all, and I ain't gonna knock nobody for making their content, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, the fantasy football shit pissed me off the most, bro. Because I did so much 3 months early research listening to these guys, and they led me so astray. Everybody that was supposed to be good was ass or got hurt. Everybody that was supposed to be a rookie prospect ended up not being that. And I got those niggas so early in the draft. We're not going to talk about that. But anyways, NFL draft went good. Let's move on before we have you on here forever. Hey, check this out. Let me show you how to see. Go a little Drax. Who wants what Drax to destroy? He got a big ass gat. But anyways, like gat, like gun, not like y'all know what I'm talking about. Moving on to let's get into this, man. Meg the Stallion and Klay Thomson, dog. This has the internet in the tizzy. I get it. I get it. We all love these guys. We all love them. We all love them a lot. But man, we should have known. Did everybody not know how Klay Thomson was before he got with Meg the Stallion? I get it. When they get with somebody you like and they're a cute couple, you have all the faith in the world in this couple. But Meg the Stallion also has a reputation of loving and leaving. So I just kind of feel like when shit happens on the internet and people are so quick to rush to the internet to talk about that relationship, I feel like it wasn't real in the first place, or it wasn't as deep as you made it seem to be, because you don't have enough respect for the person to cordially split. You rather run to the internet and say somebody was cheating or throw the other person under the bus as the reason why you broke up. Even if he did cheat, you ain't gotta let everybody know he cheated. Just say we broke up. Oh, we want to know why you broke up. You ain't gotta tell him. You ain't gotta tell him. But the fact that you want everybody to know just makes it look really insincere. And then you get Klay rushing to the internet, going out of his player ways to go online and show that he ain't hurt, because he having all these girls rushing his DM, making him look like a criminal for doing the shit that he did, and who even knows what really happened. Not calling Meg the Stallion a liar, but just saying that some stuff that she said in the past has not been true. And some of the stuff had to do with shit that's legal. So for her to bend the truth with something as little as relationship details is not far-fetched, is all I'm gonna say. I ain't trying to take nobody down. I ain't trying to call no names. But one NBA player is gonna be an NBA player no matter what. Not saying that gives him any excuses for being that way. Not saying that Klay gets a pass. But I'm just saying, man, for a person that says they've been in these kind of relationships before, we like Klay because he's different than the other guys, you should have seen this coming a mile away. No matter if he looks like a nice guy or not, he's still an NBA player with NBA player mentality. He's been in the league how many years? I don't think he just got in the league when he met Meg the Stallion, even though all the women in the world right now think that's the case. Think that Klay Thompson just got popping because he's been dating Meg the Stallion on some Kelsey shit. Like, we understand who Taylor Swift is, but we don't know Travis Kelsey because of Taylor Swift. But, I mean, I guess some women that don't watch sports, I guess that's true in a sense, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like there may be more sports fans and people that know Klay Thompson than there is that know Meg the Stallion. And I don't even think I have to go on out a limb by saying that. Just like China, excuse me, I'm spitting all over the place. China alone. I know everybody in China has to know who Klay Thompson is. I think a shoe company is based out of China. So China alone, I feel like he has more people that know him than Meg the Stallion. You ain't got to come to America to be that. In America, they learned about Meg the Stallion maybe tops 5-6 years ago. We've been knowing about Klay Thomson since LeBron came back and beat the Warriors after being down 3-1. Let that sink in a little bit, ladies. And again, like, what they're going through is what they're going through, man. Because now it's just going to be, okay, she's going to get more pop in. They're going to get a whole bunch of likes and freaking fan commitment from a breakup. Klay is probably going to sit there and not give a fuck about it, but get blown up and demonized. And then next, whoever she pops out with a week later is going to get the benefit of being the guy that she moved on to next over the drama. It's just a never-ending cycle of need to be in the media and all publicity is good publicity type shit. And I don't want to be embarrassed in public, so I'm going to come out and tarnish you before you have a chance to come out and say anything about me. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just happy I'm not famous for the fact that I ain't got to do shit like that. Or the relationship that I'm in, I'm just happy that we're good with not being so in the social media with everything, which it doesn't have to force us to make statements on how everything is going whenever something may not be going as perfect, or people have questions because they don't need to know everything that's going on, especially when it's not part of what they want to show. You know what I'm saying? There's benefits to that. People might wonder, they're not, they must not be happier. Sometimes the way people stay happy is not being super involved with everybody and everybody involved with them, or people having rights to have things to say in their relationship. I don't know. I get it. Celebrities get spotted out and it makes it hard for them to keep shit secret. But once you declare and go public and throw everything on social media, it becomes a little more performative. Especially with these celebrities and stuff, because they never seem to last. But, shouts out to both of them. Prayers out to both of them. Free Tory. Not saying that, everything Meg was saying was a lie about Tory. I ain't no fucking lawyer, but I fucks with Tory. That's my nigga. And I fuck with Klay Thomson too, man. Stop trying to weaponize the world against these men. And Tory Lanez, if he shot you, I get it. I wouldn't want, I want everybody that love fuck with me to hate him too. But if he really didn't shoot you, and then Klay Thomson comes out and really didn't cheat on you, and you cheated first, bruh, eyes is gonna be open, and you're digging your own, I wouldn't say grave, because that's a little bit morbid, but you're just making your own bed, and you'll have to lie in it eventually, man. Sorry to all the Meg fans out there. I think I'm tarnishing her, but Klay Thomson don't bother nobody, bruh. Klay Thompson don't bother nobody. He's been Klay Thompson for a long time. We know how he rocks, man. If something happened behind the scenes, I don't think Klay just stepped out of his way to be like, I'm gonna cheat today, and that's what happened. So I don't know. Let's move on. I didn't see Michael Jackson, so I want to throw this out there. Michael Jackson making $225 million worldwide is amazing. Shouts out to everybody that saw the movie. I was gonna go last week so I can come back and talk to you guys about it, but I decided not to, man. People said it was bad. $20 to go in a packed theater where I knew it was going to be overpacked. I had a bad experience last time I went to the movie, so I'm going to pick and choose my battles wisely. This one, yeah. Listen to a lot of prominent black folks in the community that I listen to and I go to, especially when it's biopics about black artists in the pantheon of black artists. So I'm going to let them see it first, and I don't like people molding my opinion, but I kind of felt like, especially when the family was really involved in the making of the movie, that things weren't going to be touched on, and it wasn't going to be the best movie, most realistic movie, best shot movie, the best storyline driven movie. So, and me personally, I really think what was his name? Jafar looked the most like Michael Jackson anyways. It kind of just like a cosplay. It was just a lot for me. So I didn't see it, but shouts out to them. When it comes on streaming, I'll let you guys know how I felt about it. I'm sure there's sequels that are going to come out just based off the success. Janet movies, Jackson 5 movies. I don't know where they started. They may have already done Jackson 5, but other eras of Michael Jackson. Shouts out to everybody go see that saw it and support it. I apologize, y'all. I did not go see that shit. The Boys episode 5. This last episode was really good, man. Interesting way of shooting the episode. It was called One Shot, I believe, and it gave a whole bunch of different perspectives from different characters in the show. I think they did the dog, Crusher. I think the dog name is Punisher, Crusher, something like that. They did a Black Noir. They did a Firecracker point of view, all kind of from the same situation. This did kind of feel like a filler episode, but I did think it was kind of interesting. They got me when the dog ate the chocolate. I thought his dog was about to die. He was about to fucking have a heart attack in that bitch. But it was really interesting, man. I think the storyline kind of slowed down a little bit. It kind of felt like this episode is kind of like a prequel to Soldier Boy season of The Boys, with Gen V actually being canceled. I don't know exactly why it's been canceled. It kind of look like they've been grasping for straws ever since the young actor died that was playing, was it Andrew, I think his name was? Well, Polaris' son. I think that was his name. But yeah, I'm sad because Marie Moreau is a good character in this last season. I felt like where they were going, man. Godolkin came back alive. I thought shit was gonna be cool, but it looks like they canceled it, and they're gonna put all their eggs in the prequel basket with Soldier Boy. And I get it, man. I don't know, man. I don't like them playing with religion like they playing with it now, and also I don't really like how it's so close to what's actually going on right now in politics and stuff on their South Park shit, but. It's good, man. Firecracker going out the way she went out was kind of sad, man. Homelander is kind of breaking. Too many people are talking shit to him, man, and making him realize himself. Homelander is doing it. Sister Sage. You saw A-Train do it. Ashley, we don't know, she's gonna rebel, it sounds like. Sister Sage is already plotting just to kill everybody in the world, just trying to have it quiet for herself. It's just a lot going on. And so, Homelander just kind of more and more is turning into this guy who feels like he's God. And you can just tell he's going to just start fucking shit up. He's going to destroy the world. He's going to blow everything up. He's going to become the law. And you already saw that. He killed Firecracker, one of his most devout followers and superhero. You see the Deep. He disrespects him all the time, and the Deep is slowly becoming a smaller version of him. But Homelander's going to kill him at his first chance he gets. Black Noir, I'm kind of sad they sidelined Black Noir the way they did. Heard in the comics that he was kind of supposed to be he's supposed to be Homelander's clone, and the only guy that can actually kill Homelander. He was actually killed in the last season for that reason, I feel like. But this new character, he's more of a silly guy. He talks a lot. He wants to be an actor. We saw all that shit in this episode. But he says he can fly. They kind of imply that he has some kind of super strength, some martial arts prowess. But I don't know, man. It just kind of seems like I love the cameos by Seth Rogen and the guys, Will Forte, fucking Craig Robinson, Khalil Manjani, all those guys. Bruh from Superbad. Love seeing all them in there, but it just kind of got silly from there. All them blowing up and being killed and shit like that. A filler episode. It was cool. But, next episode, I hope the stakes get a little higher. I like seeing Butcher actually realizing, like, with the love that he has for his dog. It's the same kind of shit that Huey's trying to get him to see with the virus killing Kimiko, killing Starlight, killing everybody, killing, I forgot the fucking son's name again. Ryan, and and killing Butcher himself. So he's kind of trying to think of another way. Now, just with the scare he had with his so-called son with the little pup. He's like, man, maybe I should try to figure out another way to do this. I hate Homelander, and he might be getting ready to do some crazy shit, but it has to be another way to do this without fucking tearing a whole bunch of people apart and killing people that they love. Huey's gone through it. His girlfriend, his dad. And he ain't trying to lose Homelander too, Starlight too, because who knows? And also Starlight, by the way, she is dealing with some really bad health issues, supposedly. So this is the final season of The Boys, as you know, and it seems like by episode 4, she said she had a hard time even standing, with her disease that she's been dealing with. I forgot what the disease was called, but, yeah, she was going through some shit and wasn't even able to stand. It's just crazy. But the season has been good, man. We'll see how they do this, how they end the season, especially with this filler episode. There's a lot to close up. We haven't seen what V1's gonna do. We haven't seen, we heard what Sister Sage was gonna do, but she's not gonna be able to complete that shit, obviously. But Soldier Boy sticking up for a Homelander after he got knocked out. What's his ulterior motives? You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what happens. The Boys were in the middle of the season, maybe like 3 episodes left, but hopefully it can end with a bang, like Invincible did, man. I feel like I talked bad about Invincible a little bit, last time I talked about it, just with Mark and Oliver getting maxed out. Nolan ended up getting maxed out by Thrag. The ending was cool, bro. Actually, I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, PTSD, it was real, man. Even if he's a superhero, we hear about it in veterans all the time. We kind of like, oh, is it real? Is PTSD really a thing? Or we don't really think it's not a thing, but we can't really visualize it really. But when we saw a superhero who just got done fighting the war, we saw what the stakes were, we saw what happened in that war, and to see him deal with his PTSD and deal with his girl, and then losing their baby, and just him not being there for it, just the realization, like, a lot of the times we don't get to see real characters, live action characters go through the shit that a lot of these characters are going through in this cartoon, and they act it and show us it and exemplify it better than these live actions do. So I want to give Invincible his kudos for doing that this season. Thrag giving him that ultimatum at the end of the season. It's like, we're going to be here. We've been here the whole time, assimilating, having babies with your humans to make our race big and strong again. If you want, and you got a problem with that, we can kill everybody on the planet and just have nobody here. And we can fight it out, we can thug it out. Or you can sit there, let us do our thing, and we're ready to uprise, we'll bounce, we'll do what we want to do, we'll decide when that comes, but we're going to do what you wanted to do, and you really don't have a choice if you guys want to live. And that realization that Mark came to, that he has to actually let Thrag do his thing, he can't really fight back, and he's going to keep his secret and not tell nobody, because, his girl, his family, all the shit he fought for to save on this planet, he died almost twice. You know what I'm saying? Eyes popped out, arms broken. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he already knows it's a hard decision, though he wants to kill Thrag just like he killed Conquest. It's like, bro, he has to sit back and just let it happen, or else Thrag is going to kill. We saw what Thrag was doing. One punching, one tapping everybody. So, there's nothing he really could do. So that gives him a time to get stronger, become a stronger Invincible. Maybe let Cecil know what's going on the side. His mom and Nolan are off on another planet with Oliver, so maybe they can plot something on Earth without Thrag knowing, so they can be ready. Maybe the kids that the Viltrumites do have will grow up to realize that the Viltrumites are fucking assholes, just like Oliver and Mark did, and try to fight back against the Viltrumites, and have the Viltrumites become Superman type figures on Earth for Cecil, just like, fighting against Viltrumites, so that'll never come. And then you have Alan the Alien, who got that last message from that Viltrumite that was leading the rebellion. It's like, we still got that Scourge virus, but it's gonna kill everybody on Earth, and it's up to you to, let this virus out. It might kill everybody, but it's what we're gonna have to do to save the planet type shit. So, hey. Some shit going out here. It's going on, man. Invincible was the shit. It's on Amazon Prime right now, along with The Boys. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. And Daredevil Born Again, man. Hey, I thought I was off of it, but that shit's getting good too. Jessica Jones joining after Kingpin's wife got knocked off. He's on a whole other vibe, man. He's out here trying to kill everybody. He's like, fuck the government, fuck the CIA. I'm gonna run Hell's Kitchen the way I want. I'm gonna be an arms dealer. I'm gonna kill the governor so I can be governor and do whatever I want. Run this vigilante task force, arrest people on unjust cause, and throw them in jail as much as I want to. Type shit. Kingpin type shit, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of reserved and kind of do his things under wraps when his wife was alive. Now that she's gone, and Bullseye and Daredevil were seemingly responsible after they went hands a little bit and talked it out. I think it's up from now on. And we're going to slowly see Kingpin just do shit that's out of pocket. We got the mention of Luke Cage. We'll probably see him and Danny Rand come into the fold. Hopefully after Spider-Man, we get all of them in the next season of Daredevil going against Kingpin. Maybe a little cameo of Kingpin and Born Again as well, or Brand New Day as well. Once we see Punisher come back after his movie, and we get to see the Hulk, alongside the Punisher and Spider-Man, see what comes after that. So I'm excited, man. All these shows and all this shit, I'm excited to watch them and be able to talk to you guys about them. And as you can see, I'm giddy about it to come and see how you guys felt about it too. So leave some comments down below. Let me know what I should review next. I'm trying to get out there and review everything for y'all, man. I'm trying to get to the theaters and watch the new movies as Spider-Man comes out, as the other movies. I'm sorry I didn't do Michael, man. I just had a lot going on that weekend. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. This is the end of the episode where I like to let them know where you can find me at. That's SAC_Lydell on the Instagram for me personally. Patrick_Lydell again on the Snapchat for me personally. Best of Bias. I know it should all have them centralized and not be so many shits. But hey, bro, if you're looking for the pod and you're looking for me, you got to be able to access me in a whole bunch of different ways. And I'll give you guys that opportunity. So for Best of Bias on Instagram is Best of Bias, of course. On the YouTube is Best of Bias. Type that in. You'll find us. AKA, thank you for all the videos and doing all the incredible shit that you do. Without you, there would be no Best of Bias media. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, G, for all the time you give and all the time you sacrifice to help this boy, this one-man team. Of course, it's a two-man team now, but be all that it can be. And thank you all for being here, click and play, listening, hitting that like on the way out, and telling everybody about this pod, because we started back in 2019 and we still going to this day, and we ain't stopping. We just getting bigger and better, more shit, more content, more love, more streams, more comic books, more show. Hey, I ain't gonna give it all away. More merch. We'll see y'all soon. It's episode 283 in the books. Where that theme song at? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, your favorite podcaster in the world, and see y'all next time.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah.